the Hotel Leonardo at East Midlands Airport. So I left work about 25 past 9. It was 9:30 when I got in the car and did a video. I got back home about 10 to 10 to basically drop my uniform off and then to get it washed. And then I had to do a little errand upstairs. And then I left the house at 10 past 10. Got here at 10 to 11, 40-minute drive, 29.8 miles exactly. So I parked on Midstay 3, and then I did a video in the car. So it took me till basically, after doing several videos, it took me about 20 minutes technically to get here on foot, because I just took it steady. And the airport honestly was so quiet. There was loads of spaces on the car park that I was on, which is Midstay 3, but Short Stay 3 was even more quieter. There was absolutely stacks and stacks of spaces. So anyway, I walked down to the hotel. As I say, it was very quiet. I did a bit of footage on the way down. I've got videos to edit, so there'll be at least a couple of episodes which I'll now get on the channel. I'm going to have something to eat. I bought my sandwiches, I've got some crisps, and of course I'm going to have a pre-holiday beer, okay, which I bought from home. So the room is very nice. As I say, there's a double bed here, there's a single bed just here, there's a big desk, and then the bathroom is literally just through there. So you've got like the air conditioning unit there on the wall, the mirror, and then the door, and then the bathroom is there as well. So basically it's a nice spacious room. And it's perfect for tonight's stay. I'm further down the corridor than when I stayed here last March, because the guy on the desk says, have you stayed here before? And I said yes, last March. But I've parked, and he said, where have you parked your car? I said, well, not on your car park, I've parked on the airport one. So he just wanted to make sure. And of course the door key is one of these. It's a card, so it's got an arrow at the bottom of it there, and you slot it into the door, pull it out, and then it flashes green, and then you can basically enter your room. So as I say, there's two of them. And then you basically have got a spare one. I've got a spare one. But yeah, so I'm in the 90s. The room is in the 90s. So basically, that is the gist of this stream. I've made it to the hotel. That's all that matters. So it's 25 to 12. I do need to go and have a shower, which I'm going to do. And then I'm going to have something to eat, and of course a beer as well, and I will have a cup of tea. I'm going to write my diary up, and I've got some editing to do with my videos. It's probably going to be around 1 o'clock in the morning before I actually go to bed properly, and I've set the alarm for 7:15 on the phone, so it is switched on, so I should be able to, I should be up. Knowing me, I'll be up early anyway. So I'm going to sort the cases out, because I just need to make sure that the suitcase is locked for when I leave the room, because I'll have to check out. I think you have to use a card or something to check out anyway, or you just go and drop the card back in the reception, which is what I'll do. There's nowhere anywhere that it says that you drop it off online. So hello to all of you on the channel that are watching now, at CarlSmith25. So we've made it. I've made it to East Midlands Airport. I'm at the Leonardo Hotel, where I've stayed before. It's a really nice spacious room. I've got tea and coffee facilities under here, under the drawer. And I've bought my pre-holiday beer from home, and I'm going to have something to eat because I'm starving and I need a shower. So the air conditioning unit's there, the bathroom's just there, and then I've got the two beds here. There's a double bed here and then a single bed there, but there's a massive desk. I will show you around the room if you want to have a look. So as I say, there's the single bed, there's the double bed, and there's some pictures on the wall as well of different places. And of course the bathroom is just there. Look, you can see the light on, and then I've put the don't disturb sign on the door. And as I say, I've even brought my trusty friend Cinnamon with me, who is now going to travel on my adventures with me. But as I say, the tea and coffee facilities are down there. So there's milks, coffees, sugars, everything in there. So as I say, it's a very spacious room. As you can see, you've got the two sets of beds. There's a phone, and I'm going to plug my power bank in there. Well, my power bank's actually charging over there. My phone is going to go in there, in that socket. But yeah, so as I say, it's a very spacious room. So as I say, you've got wardrobes behind me here, and then the bathroom in there is very bijou. You've got the toilet, the sink, and of course the shower. And in here, you've also got soaps as well. You see pump spray, soap there. You've got the towels, and then you've got the shower just there, which I need to have a shower. But it's a very nice bathroom. I know you can see my reflection, and hello, you can see me on there. But no, seriously, I'm doing very well, thank you. So as I say, this is the room at the Leonardo Hotel. So there's the air conditioning unit there. You see I've turned it down to 18 degrees because it was baking hot when I walked into this room, I tell you. It was really baking hot. So as I say, you've got different pictures on the wall of different places in where we are in Derbyshire, Leicestershire. So I've got a double bed and a single bed, and then a big desk with my sandwiches, my crisps, and of course my cup of tea, which I'm going to have in a bit. And then I've got my case opened up at the moment, but I do need to sort it out and make sure that things are in it that need to be. And then I'm ready for basically the off in the morning. So I should be heading over to the terminal around 8 o'clock. Hello to you that are on the channel watching the stream. So this is the very first live stream for the Tenerife series. So we'll be heading over to Tenerife South in the morning. I'll be heading over to the airport. Basically, I go through that door and turn left, and then follow the corridor all the way down to get to reception to basically go and drop the key off. So it's a 4-hour flight over to Tenerife South. It's been raining a bit earlier today when I left work. It was pouring down, and then I went home and dropped my uniform off to be washed. Did a little errand, and then I left home about 10 past 10, got here at 10 to 11. It's a 40-minute drive straight down the A50. It was easy, the traffic was fine, not a problem at all to get here. I'm on Midstay 3 car park, which was really quiet. And I walked through the path into Short Stay 3. That was really quiet as well, which I was really surprised about. So in the morning, I'll be heading over to the terminal, about a 10-minute walk up past the garage, straight to the terminal. And then I'll be heading in there to check in with Tui to go over to Tenerife South. So it's a 4-hour flight down there, but the weather's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be about 22 degrees. And so it's going to be sunny as well, which will be perfect for Wednesday because that's when I'm going to be doing the Tady by night experience. And I have packed an extra jumper and also an extra pair of trousers. And of course, in my case, I have got my cagoule and my scarf, gloves and hat as well, because it can get very chilly up there. And then that's for Wednesday. But in the morning, I'm going to explore Porto de la Cruz. And then on Thursday, once I've done that trip on Wednesday night, I'll be doing the Loro Park Zoo. So I'm sure you're going to love the footage there and watch the shows as well, which I'm going to video. There'll be the dolphins, the orcas, the sea lions and the parrots. So I'm going to go to Eric's shop, which is literally down the road from my hotel. It took me about a minute to walk there, if that. And if you book your trips with him, you just quote portodelacruz.info, which is a Facebook group, and you generally will get a free gift, either a cap or a lanyard or a magnet or something. And then it just promotes that person's company, which is basically Julie, who runs that page. And I do follow her Facebook page. So I will go to Eric's place. He's a Dutch guy, but you can book all your trips with him. And you can go to the south of the island as well, do an island tour. But I'll be booking the Loro Park ticket with him tomorrow evening after I've had dinner at the hotel, ready for Thursday morning. And then you get the land train, which takes you to and from the zoo. It's free. So you just get the land train from a square near the hotel, which I'm going to do a walk tomorrow night when I've had my dinner at the hotel. I'll go for a walk out and explore around the hotel and the square, etc., near the hotel, and just go and have a walk. And also go and find the hotel my mum and dad stayed in, the Concordia Playa. So as I say, there's a lot of videos to come. I'm also going to be visiting the Botanical Gardens as well. So that's €3 to go in there. The Agatha Christie Steps, I'm going to go and explore that as well. I've got a week out in Tenerife at least. So I've got plenty of videos to do. As I say, I'm really glad the weather's on my side this week, because I know in the north it can get very choppy. It has been a bit choppy today, apparently, and generally the south is warmer than the north, but then you've got the mountains as well in the middle, of course, with Tady, which is the main feature of the island, one of 411 volcanoes on Tenerife. So if that goes up, the whole island goes up, and you go up with it. So the last time it erupted was 1909. So let's hope, I'm sure it won't go up. But it's going to be a lovely holiday. I'm looking forward to going. I really am. It's somewhere different for the channel. And it's my very first travel blog of 2026. So as I say, I'm going to have a shower now, have something to eat, and then I'll be editing some videos before I go to bed, because I need to get some decent sleep. To be fair, I'm going to be up around 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, and then head out of this room. I've got a breakfast sandwich here which I'm going to eat as well, with a cup of tea, and then I'll basically go and check out and head back to reception, drop the key card off, and head to the terminal to go and basically check in for the flight to Tenerife. Security should be a piece of cake, because you don't take any electricals out anymore, any liquids, so you just go through the body scanner. So it should be okay, and then I'll go into Starbucks and have a cup of tea in there, and if I can't go into Starbucks because it's closed, I can always go to the Pork and Pickle. Because when the Macmaster went last week, he said Starbucks was closed, which was quite a shock to me, because it's usually open all the time, every day. So, but if it's closed, I can always go down to the Pork and Pickle and have a cup of tea in there. It's not a problem. And I will go to Boots and get a small bottle of water. I always like to take a bottle of water with me. And with the weather being pretty nice over there, I think a bottle of water will come in handy, especially going around the Loro Park anyway. And also up in the mountains where the air can get thinner than when you're down on the coast. So anyway, hit that subscribe button, pardon me, at Carlsmith25. Thank you for watching this stream and having a tour around the room at the Hotel Leonardo. Honestly, it's a really handy hotel to book. You can book it through the East Midlands Airport website, or you can use booking.com or Trivago, and you can even book it through the hotel's website, the Leonardo's website. But anyway, it's worth booking it because it's one of the only hotels on the grounds. There are other hotels up the road, but it's a bit of a trek down to the airport terminal. This is probably one of the closest hotels to the terminal, about 10-minute walk. So I've done some footage outside. I've done some footage in the corridor here and in the room. So I'll be editing that and get that put on the channel. So hit the subscribe button at Carlsmith25. Going to have a shower now, and I will be taking you guys with me to Tenerife. Let's go for this holiday.